My name is Carol Kathurima. I'm from Kenya, and I've been at Yellow Brick Road for the last year. We founded or started Yellow Brick Road last year in December, along with my other two partners, and I am head of their operation department and production, and that entails all TV production, radio production, and print production. So billboards, printing, any flyers, anything that goes on print. It was actually a very weird way, I guess, to say it that way, the way I started, because I have maybe about 10 years plus, well, 14 years plus now in TV production experience, which is what I've done. I've done a lot of documentaries and TV commercials and news features. In my past, I've worked for CNN as well before for about 5-8 years. So, well, indirectly with them. But I managed their CNN office here in Nigeria for about 5 years. So, I always worked with advertising companies more from the other side of the scheme of things. So I've always been the supplier to the production to the advertising agencies until then I came on board, and I purely came on board to then head the production department. So it was purely almost by chance. Yeah, so I wouldn't say that was a direct application or anything. It was purely by chance that because of my production experience that I've had, then the MD of the agency felt I would be a good addition to the agency. It's been a lot of ups and downs, as you would imagine, because I was coming strictly from a production company background and so TV production background, and the advertising industry, of course, works a lot different. So whereby I as a production person, as a TV producer, I've got to wait for the entire creative process to happen before I actually get involved or actually get to understand or to get involved to the point of actually execution. And that's all the time when you get to execute every TV idea that you come up with. So sometimes it is a bit frustrating in that regard, where you come up with all these fantastic ideas and then of course they never get to the light of day from a point of production as opposed to a point of flighting. But it's been fun, it's been exciting, and there's a lot of learning to do and a lot of patience, I think, and trying to find other things that kind of keep you occupied as well. I think one of the key things is having a solid team, a team that's able to, they've got your back all the time. We work almost like clockwork. So where one department stops, the other picks it up, and where the other one stops, the other one picks it up. And if there's any one time when any one person in the whole circle of events is not there, things still happen. So it all depends. It depends on how strong a network you have from within to actually make sure that you achieve it. So it's great minds, collaboration, teamwork is fantastic. It's the only way that you can get that. I think the Nigerian creative industry has come a long way. And it's absolutely amazing how diverse it's become, or how just it's. If you're actually going to try and rate it, then you're going to be rating it to the world class, creative directors, for example, of the creative world out there. And there's beautiful work out there. I mean, the biggest challenge in executing beautiful work in Nigeria is because there's a lot of cultural barriers that kind of hinder the full execution of most of the creative work. So it's beautiful, it's fantastic, great ideas, great concepts, but then even at the point of final execution, and of course it gets hindered by a lot of things, not just budget, but then what we call the Nigerian factor. But I think that the creative industry in Nigeria has come of age, to be honest. Okay. I will not be surprised that, but then, there's been a few people who already won awards at the Cannes Festival, purely, just here from Nigeria, Nigerian art directors, for example. So that definitely has come of age, for sure it has come of age. For you to be able to develop or create fantastic creative work, you need to be able to, one, have the discipline to work with a team, because you're not on your own. You may come up with a fantastic idea, and it's good to see it to the very end, but then for me, I strongly believe in teamwork. So you've got to be able to have the discipline and at least the maturity to be able to work together with other people to be able to bring out the best of yourself, even as an individual. No one should tell you that you're not creative enough. No one should tell you that whatever that you come up with that is not good enough. It takes one piece to develop to the next piece that becomes a bigger piece. And so with every single thing, take learning from everything you've done. No matter how good it is, it can still be better. Whatever it is that you've done today that is good, that is even gotten the best award or the highest award in the country or wherever, you can always do it better. And that's what you have to keep in yourself, that I can always do it better all the time.